my word. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody else. Cats. If you've got some cats here, for all of the cats in the chat. Oh no, we've got them locked outside. Yeah, that's very sensible. They'd probably be causing a ruckus. Welcome to the semi-final of the Fastest Chaos Silver League, a matchup between Leaf here in the Chinese and Lord Turfux in the yellow. The cats are indeed on vacation, Otter, just like Otter is. I am TomSnuffles. I have invaded Otter's channel, and I am graced with our best co-caster of the day, I hear.
That's true,
Keller.
yeah.
No, it's not true. It's Keller. True couldn't come. We asked him, but he was busy.
Yeah, I was the sixth option to co-cast, I know.
But what a great sixth option it would be.
Yeah.
Interesting map. I have to say, I think this is a wonderful map gen to have ended up with you here casting with me. Because you ended up with a very similar map gen, with some ponds down here that I think caused some grief. So it'll be interesting to see how this one goes down. Who was
I think
the
you're
other five
confusing me
choices?
with Camrat again, but...
Oh god, I hear Camrat. He's just so... He's just so good. Oh, I'm going to keep that going the whole evening. So my thing with Frost was that I prefer Daywalker, and I'll just say that you're Camrat the whole day. Camrat, you're such a fantastic co-caster. Immediate throwdown from Leaf of the docks, and if we're looking over being serious, Leaf has managed to get 4 eco kills already, so a pretty successful rush from the Chinese, which is definitely something that they need as a civ that probably can fall off pretty hard in the late game.
Yep, but an amazing start with plus 4 villagers and
wrong
double
mouse?
scout start as well.
Wrong mouse? What do you mean wrong? How do you play with the wrong mouse? Turfux, what the fuck? Tell us in chat right now. What do you mean you were playing with the wrong mouse? I love that. I have to say, the starting for Leaf is really, really nice. Getting those early raids in and then immediate down on the docks to kind of secure the water control, I think is a much better start. Vietnamese Chinese though, how do you place that in a matchup as my pro player in this cast setup?
I think in theory, Vietnamese are the stronger civ. Like, elephants are obviously super, super good. And rattan archers are also really good against Chinese. But they are for sure the way harder civ to play. You don't have as much mobility in the start. You kind of have to start elephants, and that's really not great to get any map control. And especially with this water here, Chinese are really strong. You already talked about us seeing a lot of demos on water in DM.
Yeah.
And Chinese have even stronger demos.
To be honest, the way Leaf has played this has been absolutely disgusting. 8 eco kills, like, immediately. 23 vills to 15. Diving in, getting good damage on the siege, taking good positions. Obviously, Chukonu do fine against the Rattans just because, yeah, they have the better armor, but they're just shooting so many darn arrows. With a bit of micro, they're super happy. They're trying to bait those elephants in, but they won't come over. The demos are right at the edge, threatening. Leaf looking so good in game 1.
Yeah, super fast start. Got a really good position here, but now kind of lost track of his Chukunus there.
Yeah, less good when you lose your whole military. I'd cast a curse. I screwed him. Elephants should all die to heavy demos though, so that's something.
But like Vietnamese elephants with that much HP aren't the best unit to hit with demos. It's not the most satisfying. Because you need like 5 demos to go in there to kill them.
you want it to die to like 1, right? Like 1 demo comes over, boom,
Yeah.
9 things die, right? Like
with the halberdiers here.
But you know, we can't have it always. But it does definitely feel like I was gonna say that Leaf is taking it always, but look at it. Turfux 35 Vils, has more military on the field. Yes, his position feels a little bit weaker, but the way that he's managed to expand outside of this is actually really quite good.
Yeah, he got he has a strong eco in the back. He got docks up on the side, so he will contest water as well. And right now,
God,
Leaf.
That was a good amount of damage onto the siege onagers, but they did dive into the castle, and so he ended up losing just as many siege onagers as he killed. So a worthless trade. Bit of pressure coming over down to that southern castle, straight over with siege rams. It's unsupported, and there is a bombard cannon there that should clear this out without too much trouble. But little poking, prodding attacks, cannon galleons in the mids, which will force this castle down. And I don't think there's much of a response.
I don't think the castle will go.
Oh.
It was a big explosion.
It was a big explosion, and then I mean, we still have 2 cannon galleons alive, so
yeah, I think
that
it was
could've been
just
worse.
mostly demos exploding. That's why it
yeah,
looked so
that's
huge.
it. Like,
Also on the bottom side, the demo's killing the traps. So right now, Turfux is doing a good job just defending his little base with demos.
oh god, the demos just
All of the siege is gone.
just one lonely siege ram coming forwards. I still think the overall position of Leaf is really nice. He's tried to micro his cannon galleons. He's not taking too much damage. I think his trades are better all around. He's constantly getting good engagements against the siege. I think I would say it's not like dominant water control, but there is definitely water control, certainly in the mid area for Leaf, and it's looking pretty comfy.
Yeah, and Leaf is also known, like he doesn't have the highest pop right now, but if you look at his res, he really has a lot of res left. Yeah. So he's more known for like taking map position, not doing the most eco, but just waiting for his opponent to do an army and then countering that army.
Yeah, we've seen quite a bit of Leaf just sort of doing whatever the hell he wants, and none of that is eco building. as with there going, Leaf, you're at 65 Vils. Your opponent's at 140. Why? You've not even made farms yet. Yeah, I feel that, and yet the fact that he still like wins and does so well with it is amazing. I really enjoy the different style of play from so many of the other players. And I do think that he's definitely the favourite coming into this, and possibly the favourite to take the whole thing. But considering how well Otter played against a pretty darn solid player, maybe this will be Otter's moment. Maybe he can cement himself as the best B-tier deathmatch player.
Yeah, definitely will be a close series in my opinion. And Otter for sure has a really good chance in my opinion.
Well, he's so competitive, right? Like this guy, he really wants to win. Like there's this sort of like German grind to him where he's like, no, I will take the game seriously. I will go in. I'm 100% serious. I'm cross because I lost this game in this way. Like Otter is so serious. And I wonder how that faces up against a player like Leaf when they have so completely different playstyles. A first-time chat from TechTree. Hey, TechTree1234. That's a name. It's a tech tree and it counts. Nice to have you here. This is the Silver League of the Fastest Chaos Deathmatch Cup. It's a tournament. There was a Golden League that had brilliant players in, like Frost9. who I hear is a good caster too. And this is the Silver League of that. The players who lost in the first few rounds of that got to play in a Silver League for players that are more similar rating. And Leaf is a beast, and Turfux has done really well for himself to get through here. Deserto raiding with a party. Thank you for raiding. Welcome. We're casting the fastest Chaos Silver League. This is game 1 between Leaf and Turfux. This is the semi-finals. It is a best of 7 towards the end of our tournament run of the Silver League of a Deathmatch. Fantastic tournament. It's a hyper-random game, so the players are drafting their civs, but they don't draft the maps because it's random every time. Hyper-random, some might say.
I might call it that, yeah.
Yeah, my name is the Otter One. And this is my channel, and something controversial.
And I'm TomSnuffles.
The favourite co-caster, that's the one. Yeah, TomSnuffles, he's my favourite person ever. God, how I love TomSnuffles. Everybody should be TomSnuffles. No, I'm not the Otter One. I am TomSnuffles, who is all of the things that we just said, and I am joined by my favourite co-caster. Insert name here.
Camrat. Yeah.
That's the one. It's Camrat. QP, as we said. It's definitely Camrat. We've had actually a wonderful time. I'm drinking wine. We're watching the semi-finals, and so far, I have to say, Leaf got himself into a pretty good position, and I think he's keeping it. He's just got a sort of stranglehold round on Turfux right now. And we've just never been able to get into a position where we're able to do any real damage. 38 eco kills to 6 right now between Leaf and Turfux, and I think that's just showing the position. The demo hits have been fantastic, and we've been pretty much on the back foot. Even though we have military mass, we just don't have position.
Yep. Turfux here, like in the corner from the start. Had the slower start, couldn't really get on the map, and is being pushed right now at the top, but again with demos to the defense, but also losing almost all of his retinages to another demo, so...
It's just hits. A little push down to the south as well. The cap ram defense rolls in to try and fight the siege rams as they just path. Oh god. Ram pathing is still the worst pathing. I don't know if that's still... No, it is still the same in the current patch as well. This is played on the last patch. Ram pathing sucks ass. I will say this.
It is true. But rams have bonus damage against siege, so rams are practically a counter to rams, I guess.
It is, but I don't know about cap rams being a counter to siege ram, but it seems to be working okay. It's fine. The cap rams did win overall, so cap ram elephant will sort of deal with the southern army. There's no real response to the northern army. Cannon galleons are responseless right now, 4 of them on the field. They can mop up all of the trebs, they can put pressure on any of the military. They're only really vulnerable to the halbs if the halbs get close. If the halbs get close, and they do. Halbs obviously get bonus damage to boats, so they poke holes in those little boaty things and they sink so fast. Halbs doing a pretty good job actually.
But getting cleared up now, and Turfux not really has the military numbers to react right now. Also a lot of raids in his bag with cavaliers.
I mean, it was a fine raid, but it's an un-microed raid. So they got the bit of damage against the vills, and then they've sort of stopped in.
He's already looking at the wood game and is laming the farms and the mill.
Yeah, I don't hate it. Like his position, the way that he plays, it's... Leaf is a snake, right? He's putting the stranglehold in, he's not pushing in too hard, he's making sure that he's in a position where he doesn't lose. He's not making sure he wins, he's making sure that he doesn't lose. He's constantly trying to take every little edge advantage that he can. Like, he could have kept pushing through this central area after he got the full control here. And instead, as soon as he's got the control in this point, as soon as he's got the position, he's moved round to the edges and he's putting the full stranglehold on. Putting the raids in, making sure that there's no decent expansion, always having units in places where there might be some movement. Like, this must be really frustrating to play against. Because there's nowhere that you can go.
Yeah, you kind of would have to push through the middle here. In Turfux position, because you want to kill the eco, you want to really get on the map. But you can't really, like... Leaf made sure that he never loses water, so Turfux can't cross in the middle, and then just goes for the sides.
Yeah.
It must be really frustrating to play against.
Absolutely. And look at that for Castle. That Castle would have been on 3 TCs. He wants to build there on the right. Ville's moving forward. It's just like a slow creep, and it is. Otter's so right. It's almost like he runs this channel. This is a bit of a dream map for the Chinese. Plenty of demo potential, hybrid, water nice and close for aggression. So like everything has worked out really well for Leaf, and he's played it well. Like it's not just like, oh god, Leaf won this because of his sit. No, he's played this incredibly well. To have made Turfux look 2 steps behind constantly, I think is a real testament to how good of a player Leaf is.
Yeah, he really took control of the game early on and never let it slip away. He controlled the whole game.
It's like super passive as well. Like it was aggressive control of zones, so he's like zoned really well. But instead of pushing in and ever putting his units in a vulnerable position, he never let himself lose like military mass and control, because he was always in a position where he's not going to lose everything. Which we've seen, like, so Otter would constantly get himself into a good position, then try and push forward to end the game, and then he'd lose everything. A bit like Leaf is doing now to the demos. Which is something that, for most of this game so far, Leaf has not done. He still hasn't done that, to be honest. Like, he still has military in a useful place. Demos are a bit of a lie. Like, because...
But not... Yeah.
If you have, like, 20 demos, right? And you kill 25, 30 of your opponent's boats or units... That's great. You've killed all of those units, but if you don't have anything at the back of that, the best that you've done is even your numbers out. The worst that you've done is make sure that there's no, like, you've not got anything. So,
especially if you're behind, but that's pretty much always a good thing, though. If Leaf just constantly does even trades now with demos, just killing all of his navy, losing all of his demos, obviously. That's good for him, because he has the map control, he has more gold access, he has more wood access. So if he just takes kind of fine trades for the rest of the game, he wins it.
That wasn't just fine trades. For 4 demos getting that kind of damage, that was fantastic as they trickle in, but all it takes is 1 and all of those boats go down, and that's fantastic position again for Leaf. He's just playing this so well, getting a little foothold to that northern side, and to be honest, I think if this wasn't game 1, I think Turfux probably would have called this by now.
He still has a decent pop. He took the south now. And he still has like a good eco, a good pop. Like, it feels he can't really do anything, but it also feels like he is not dead yet.
Yeah.
So, I guess I wouldn't call it right now, but...
No.
It is kind of hard to play this from his position.
It's like, how...
It's really hard to play it.
As a Vietnamese player, how do you put yourself in a position where you can win from this? Hard question, but how do you regain this position? Like, what is your play?
In theory, if there is no gold left on the map, Vietnamese are really strong in the late game. Like, if you can survive with like 20 rattan archers, or still have a bit of gold, do a few elephants, that's really strong in the late game. So if you manage to somehow get Leaf to waste all of the resources he wins by controlling most of the map, you will have a decent chance in the late game. You also get the gold from chopping wood, which is kind of nice. So the longer he manages to drag this game out, the better it will go for him. Yeah.
You're not wrong though. There's actually... Where Leaf has made his little enclave, this is actually a pretty clever placement. Because he was running out of gold. Like, he was severely running out of gold. And so, securing the gold to the north side of Turfux's base is a proper little strategic move for him. Everything is small gold piles. I hadn't even twigged that when we had our first little look around the map because I was too busy dicking about. So it's actually really important that they're moving around and trying to get map control in these extra areas.
Yep.
It is nice control in the south, but there isn't a huge amount here. I mean, there's the 2k gold, so it's definitely worth being down here. But as soon as this gold is gone...
3k5 in, like, where Leaf is pushing right now, so he is definitely pushing the space that's more important for the game. While giving up the bottom side where there's not as much gold.
And he pushed on the left, but that push was stunted and stopped. I don't think there's a clawback into this game from this position.
Yeah, right now Turfux lost most of his eco. He is below 100 pop. Yeah.
But
only 18 farmers.
He had that little swing back. Like, he's not... This ain't no scrub. He ain't dying hard. Turfux will not go quietly into the night. This is a player that wants to play out the semi-finals properly. And we can definitely feel and see that. It's not enough, though, because Leaf has come to play slowly. Again.
To win slowly. But surely.
Leaf is like a slower, more losing your own unitsy daywalker. You know, like it's like, I'm gonna take this game. Like, I'll end it at some point tomorrow. Some point tomorrow, this game will end.
But I think this game will probably end.
Yeah, it's like,
in 5 minutes, I would guess.
I would hope. Like, Turfux is absolutely boned. Oh, the Cav Archers didn't even let us get a decent Treb shot on them. Tragic as the siege rams roll in. Trebs will die.
And in the end, we made a lot of fun of Leaf's eco, but he has 50 farmers right now. So
he did fun, but Leaf always built like he's got that super low like early mid game eco.
Yeah.
But then he builds up to a perfectly reasonable, solid eco, the correct eco that you need in the late game. It's never that he's doing without. It's just that he does without at a point where you could be really vulnerable to low eco. Like, if he received damage, if he was thrown off and he wasn't able to build up. But like, it's a very like, I'd say it's greedy in deathmatch terms, because all of that focus is going into producing more units, trying to get aggression or position on the map. And none of that is going into what he's going to be doing later, which is really weird, because he goes for such a slow surrounding style, where it feels like he's supposed to have such a solid eco at the back of it. But maybe it works because he's got so much military, he's got so much position from ignoring that he's able to go for that strangle, and while his opponent is trying to transition to eco, he's able to do enough damage that they're never able to catch up properly when he expands. It's so weird. He's such a different kind of player. I really love it. It's so weird.
Yeah, he really is like completely different to everyone else, really. He is one of the more old school guys. Like I think he has been in Quendi, like the top DM clan, since 2005 or 7 or something like that.
I remember watching a Leaf game
Uh,
pretty early on in me seeing any deathmatch stuff, and that was at least before DE came out. Like,
Yeah,
he's been unfoobly
around for a really long time.
He's the second oldest Quendi member still active. That's a cool little thing.
And
he
we
plays
have
for
like
20 years.
True, who's also really old.
Practically ancient. He's a grandma, so I hear. No, that's pretty good. That is a very good game one. I think obviously we're seeing Leaf coming in pretty strong, but not. I think Turfux did absolutely fine. So that was Vietnamese loss and a Chinese win.
Yep.
For Leaf. That means that we get to go into game number 2 as I load that up. According to Liquipedia, Leaf is the 3rd most senior. So who's the oldest? Is it
Improvise for sure is the
Improvise?
oldest.
Wow.
But he's not really active. Like I don't think you can really count him.
I haven't seen. I don't think I've seen Improvise play in a tournament.
He is like hanging out in Quendi voice chat like once every 6 months or something.
That's nice. Quendi seems to like all of the DM clans seem to like go in like peaks and troughs where there'll be like a quiet period for like 4 or 5 months when nobody's there, and then everybody appears out of nowhere, and then there's loads of games going on, and it's interesting, exciting, and then it goes back to being dead for a little bit, which is fine, I guess. It's you can't have.
Yeah, people are generally pretty much coming back to being active when there's actually tournaments around, and we don't have that many tournament hosts in DM, so.
Well, I mean, at the moment, you guys are.
At the moment, we it's going really well, yeah.
Like it seems to be really good. There's this fastest chaos stuff that people seem to be casting. I don't know, maybe today. Yeah. There's Ultra Cummings, more I would say like traditional deathmatch tournament going on as well, which has been pretty fun. Are you winning that one yet as well?
I think I'm top 8 now. So not yet winning, but on the way there.
Top 8 is pretty darn good. But that's more of a tournament that's sort of your vibe, right?
Yeah. It's more classic maps. You know what you play on which map. You can think about the sniffs beforehand. You can make plans.
Makes perfect sense. Do you know what won't make perfect sense? Game number 2 of Turfux versus Leaf. Do you want to hop in this? Do you want to hop in this?
Yep. I'm in 2 seconds.
Let me catch up to you. I'm at 0 seconds because I was so fast. Oh god, I was so fast
at
stopping.
That's insane, yeah.
Okay. Let me send this over. Oh no, not 7. I want number 5, baby. Get the correct hotkeys. As I'm ready. Give us the counter. You did it so well last time.
Okay, let's go in 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh my word. Welcome to game number 2 between Leaf and Lord Turfux in the semi-finals of the Silver League of the Fastest Chaos Deathmatch Tournament. I am TomSnuffles. I am joined by my, I would say, fourth favorite co-caster of the day.
Of the day. Yeah.
And you're supposed to say your name at that point. Go.
Yeah. Hello, I'm Camrat QP. I just lost the last semi-final. No, I'm ready to.
You really get
go.
yeah. You wanna? I knew Camrat. You do it just my favorite of all of the co-casts. Camrat's so great. And it's a bit of a rush coming in. Interesting start to this map. Because
Wow,
it
we started with a
house.
Yeah.
Like, and I love and find it very funny that that Leaf actually sent it forwards. Like, it's like you see that you've got a Hufnitsa, you're like, well, I'll just keep that at home for later. Like, that might as well just chill at the back, because that could actually genuinely be quite useful as a later addition. So
yeah, but I also would have sent it forward first for sure, because like in DM, I at least have set up a hotkey for select all military units on the screen or something, so you can just press that and then you have the starting scout normally.
Right.
And then I just press it on the map in the direction of the enemy instantly before even looking at anything.
Yep.
And I feel like that's what most
You
DMers
feel
do.
that's what happened.
Yeah.
Turfux didn't. He's not most DMers. His little his little cannon. It's still alive. It's the little cannon that could. We're gonna keep an eye on that Hufnitsa. We're gonna make sure that it's doing okay. If I miss it, I'll be well miffed. Goths versus Magyars, though. I would say not a terrible matchup for the Goths. I think they can do really well with that early rush.
Yep, and that is what we are seeing here right now. 150 military against 40 military. Turfux chose to go for super early castles, which I like in this matchup. His starting bio was a bit weird, but he got everything down now, but he doesn't really have any military right now.
Except this
the
Hufnitsa that's
Goth
gone
is just
forward.
coming
no!
in.
And it died uselessly. No, Hufnitsa, no. You were so beautiful and useless. Oh, well, she tried. The moment the Goth flood is all over Turfux, but there are castles down.
There are castles
However,
down, but like all of the map will go to Leaf for sure, if Turfux can somehow hold on to this with 30 military.
Yeah, who cares about the map? Look at this stream. Look at this never-ending stream. There's been 9 Vil kills. It's 18 Vils to 9, so we're double. Eco is looking fine. We did make a dock, and I'm not entirely sure why. Yes, we can do a sort of loop-de-loop round, but that was too early. That's wasted production. Absolutely wasted production there. And we will lose this military, but look, like Leaf has already stopped that push. As soon as the castle position's there, he knows that he's done enough damage, and now he's prepping the siege. This is
going
where
for
Magyars
12 traps right now.
Otter style. Otter style of 12 plus trebs. Yeah, we have fires. Fires of all things, not even demos. This siege should die. There are a Magyar Hussar there. They snipe siege like they don't even exist. Like it's punching through paper. The bonus damage against the Trebs is fantastic, but the pressure from Leaf, it's a good Goth rush, keeping up above 100 military. Turfux is still doing okay, has military out, but we are now out of gold, and there are no Vils on the field, and there's no real expansion in position. Is there a way that we claw this position back for Turfux?
I mean, right now, like I really hate heavy scorpions, but they are doing so much damage right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's no like bombard cannons or onagers or any like other siege than traps right now for Leaf.
And I guess
so they're doing really well.
Everything that Leaf is doing gets shredded by these heavy scorps.
Yep. And the military is completely gone from Leaf. Yeah,
Who
and
would have
he's zero
thought?
food right now.
What
happened here?
Thought? What a brilliant play! Heavy Scorpion, much maligned, so this is like the poster boy example of the point that there are no bad units, there are just situational use points. So yeah, T90 it depends, I guess, and it depends good. Turfux did great making use of these heavy scorps. So cool. Love to see different plays. I think Turfux is a really interesting player because he's like he's newer. He doesn't play a bit like Leaf. He doesn't play standard. He's not got the same level of experience that some of your 2004 and 5 playing DMers have. Like this is the new wave.
I think people like me or Frost, for example, like the newer wave of DM players who started like with DE, or Frost not really, but he started playing really competitive with DE.
Yeah.
None of us would have made Heavy Scorpion there because it's just, in our heads, it's like Heavy Scorpion is a bad unit, don't make it. And right here, I think it just saved the game for Turfux.
It completely gave him a position. Like, he's still behind in eco, but not behind in eco position. Like, he hasn't got the farming down. Like, look at what Leaf has done. Leaf? Who the hell are you?
You can make eco. Yeah.
It's minute 14 and he has 54 farms. Who's this guy? Leaf, who did you give your account to? Admin ban? What is this? This is not the Leaf I know. This is not the Leaf I've come to love.
I think this is showing what we were saying in the last game, like that is a conscious decision he makes that he really delays his eco. Like if he wants to, he can make a fast, good eco like he did here, but he just feels like, okay, I don't really want to spend those res on villages right now, but I want to take the map and keep the map.
It's 100% necessary. It's such a great eco build timing as well. To be up at like 15 minutes DM and to have 60 villagers on the field is phenomenal. Like that's good at any rate, like at any point of deathmatch competition, right? That's not normal. But that also shows just how much res that he blew through in the first kind of 10 minutes of the game with that goth spam, which Turfux did such a phenomenal job of holding. Otter is like, I'd so much rather play Turfux. Well, obviously.
Yeah, I feel that. Like, one of my first tournament experiences, like, was the qualifier for Deathmatch World Cup 4, I think.
Right.
And I played against Leaf. Like, I prepared so much, I was training so hard. But, like, you can't prepare for Leaf, because he just does whatever. And, like, it's so hard to play against him.
I think it was a Deathmatch World Cup where I think it might have been a Deathmatch World Cup where I first saw Leaf play.
Yeah.
I vaguely remember him reaching like a quarterfinals or something where he did better than people expected. He wasn't in the top seeds, but he still got there. It's so long ago, it's like he's been in my collective memory, let's say, for a long time. I thought he'd do better in the main tournament than he did, but he's done absolutely fine in the Silver League, that's for sure.
But now Turfux kind of went out of position here and just, like, maybe he didn't expect like Leaf to have 70 farmers up and be able to goth spam again.
It's the eco. Like, in a rare moment, the eco for Leaf in his goth's positioning has been perfect. Like, his timings have been bang on. There's like Turfux's position in this is nowhere close to Leaf's because Leaf had the goth eco just ready. It did look good. Like Turfux's hold was fantastic, but I think Leaf's read of how well Turfux's hold was going, it was just phenomenal. I've never seen somebody prep this much eco. when they're still pushing. Like, he had it.
Yeah,
and I guess that's part of it down to the Goths. Like, as soon as you have those barracks down, like, there wasn't even that many. Like, I bet he was doing all of that off the initial 8 barracks. Like that's just the insane production of the Goths.
Yeah, Goths are just so weird and broken. But kind of not broken, because it's only infantry, right? That's what you're always telling yourself. But right now we are seeing, like, infantry is kind of good now.
It's also like they get the... It matters less because everybody has arson at this point in the game, but like they have faster destruction of buildings. And because they've got a unit that tanks archer fire like a battering ram, it means that when you have a civ that like masses up cav archers or whatever, you're constantly having to retreat. You're always having to micro back. It requires no micro for the Goths. Goth puts their gather point in the middle of your base, spams the units forward, and goes and does something else. Has a cup of tea, has a nap, does whatever. And it's so clear. 125 eco to 57, and Turfux is dead in this game too, with a stellar play from Leaf.
Like, such a sick hold from Turfux at the start. But then just, like, maybe underestimating, but he also was so delayed in his eco because of that rush, that maybe it was just inevitable that if Leaf plays it as perfectly as he did, that Turfux can't hold it after it.
And that feels like the kind of thing that Leaf really wants from these kind of games, right? Like, he likes that inevitability. He seems to take engagements where he's guaranteed to win. He seems to put himself in positions where he doesn't want to, like, be taking things that have, like, a lower chance of winning. He's always like, okay, I've won here, so now I'm going to move around. I've won here, now I'm going to move into this other point. Okay, I'm getting good eco damage here, so I'm going to move around. He's not throwing his army away for nothing. He's always trying to, like, achieve some sort of material gain. It's...
Yep.
You know, he plays pretty fucking clever for this level of gameplay. Like, far... I think he comes in with a plan that is I would expect from somebody who is a higher rated player than Leaf. And maybe the only thing that's holding him back is that he's a bit weird in his gameplay, but it's also his strength.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Like,
yeah,
it's super weird. Like, everyone else would say, "Oh, no, you can't play like that. That's super bad." But also because kind of you don't expect someone to play it like that, or because it just works and other people just don't know how to play like that. It's really hard to defend.
If everybody played
as we
like
saw
this,
here,
it wouldn't be good.
Yeah,
but he does, and it's just really nice to see. However, Turfux, well done. That was a sick hold in the middle. Your transition to the heavy scorpion was inspired. Like, that hold was just beautiful. But unfortunately, Leaf had already decided that he was setting up eco and that it didn't matter. If he'd been all in, if Leaf had put everything into that engagement, and like, which is what I would have done, which is like, I think what everybody else would have done in that kind of position would be like, right, everything is in.
Yeah, but that's like the weird part about it, because it really felt like he put everything in it.
Yeah.
Like, there shouldn't have been anything left. And then he just had, like, 5 minutes later, he had 70 farmers and was going again.
He must have had hacks like that. He must have been there typing in cheat codes. Like, it was like me playing against the AI in the campaigns, right? Like, it just... Absolutely, he had ages on. I'm sure of it. Like, absolute bullshit. This guy. Let's have a quick glance at these stats, and let you see my face as I'm giggling along. And we'll also give Leaf a number, not 12, number 2.
12-0.
Yeah, 12-0. Leaf so OP. Military. I mean, the KD, obviously, shockingly, in favour of Turfux here. Not that you can see that.
Goths, yeah.
Because hold on, let me make it so you can see it, because that's just goths, because it's blocking it. Yeah, just normal things, but it's just the building destruction, constant, and the eco build was just phenomenal. We could see it. What a massive food difference, up to 18,000 already.
Yeah.
I have to say, to have managed to get up to 116 vills when we were down to like 8 to 23 is really impressive. But it's like saying, congratulations, you lasted 10 minutes with Mike Tyson in the boxing. It's like, that's great. You still got knocked out. Like, you still got absolutely battered, but you stood there, and none of us would have stood there. So, it's not to take anything away from Turfux, but Leaf looking pretty good today. Like, ooh, it's intimidating for a long set when you see 2 games like that, right?
It always, like, both games felt like if Turfux could have just hang on a bit better, he would have won the game. Like, and that was also like the first game. He was so close, like he just needed to somehow do one push, and Leaf always just denied that one pushback that would have cost him like the map. So I feel like there really should be a lot of hope in Turfux after these 2 games, that he can like at least win 2-3 games in the set, if not even somehow edge out like really close in this whole series.
Turfux, again, he's no scrub. Turfux is a fantastic player, and he would beat me 7 ways to Sunday in a deathmatch game. I couldn't last 3 minutes against Turfux. Turfux would kill me in 3 minutes if we played a 1v1. I promise you. Like, it's not even close. I saw that APM. What I didn't do is I didn't let us have a chance at seeing what civs were left. Hold on. So we had the Goths winning up against the Magyars. So we have Berbers, Japanese, Bulgarians, Franks, Hindustanis, and Lithuanians left for Turfux. Persians, Khmer, Burgundians, Portuguese, Mayans, and Incas. What would you go for next? Unless you've opened the game already and you know. And if you have, just pretend you haven't and just tell us and sound like a sage.
This is really hard right now, because Turfux overall has some really great civs left.
Yep.
But some of his civs, like, he needs to have certain civs against like Persians and Khmer. Because Persians Khmer are so strong if you don't have like a super strong Halbers O civ against them.
Yep.
And he really only has Bulgarians left. So he kind of needs Bulgarians against Khmer or Persians. And Japanese also kind of have the super strong Halberdiers, have decent siege. They would also be fine against those 2 civs. But he needs to win 4 games, right? And Leaf can't he can't let Leaf win 2 more games. So if he doesn't get Japanese and Bulgarians against Persians and Khmer, it will be a really hard thing for him.
I mean, if you're Leaf, you don't touch Persians or Khmer now. You play.
No, I wouldn't. Yeah.
You play like Incas, Mayans, Portuguese, Burgundians. Like, you do any one of those 4 to try and like.
Yeah.
If I was Leaf, I'd be picking fucking Burgundians here right now. I'd be going, here's my realistic last pick. Throw that out there, see what I can achieve with it. And that's why I don't win tournaments and Leaf might.
Yeah, and if you're Turfux, like, you kind of have to go for Japanese or Bulgarians, because those 2 civs are pretty much great against every civ that Leaf has left. And you need, you want to win a game right now.
You really need it. It's so tough, because if he uses either one of those civs and he wins, but he wins against like Mayans.
Yeah.
It pretty much near enough guarantees a win later on for Leaf, which will then secure the set. So it's so tough. Love it. Love it. A bit of mind game. Shall we see what is going on in game number 3? I'm at 1 second.
I'm at 2 seconds.
Okay, let me catch up. I'm at 2 seconds. Yeah, it's been going so well with you counting down. So let's just keep the vibe going. Oh my God, we are hitting 5 hours. What, Jess? 5 hours. Why is the stream 5 hours long? I was supposed to be watching Great British Menu, drinking wine and having a nap. Yeah, I'm bemused.
Then let's start,
ridiculous. Let's start and catch up, eh?
3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to game number 3 of the Fastest Chaos Silver League Deathmatch Tournament. We have Lord Turfux here in the yellow, playing as the Japanese, up against Leaf, playing as the blue, as the Portuguese, on what has turned out on this hyper-random generation, because it's hyper-random in this tournament, to be a really weird map. Like a really weird map.
It feels like kind of fake water, because like you can only do water in your own base, really?
I think you can pass round, though. Like, you can go all... maybe?
No, there are woodlines, right?
I think there's... But the woodlines, as long as there's a gap round the edge for the where the shallows are, I think a boat could...
that you mean? Oh, wow, that would be so weird if you can go through there.
Like, I feel like you can go all the way round. Here might stop it. Just there, because it seems like it's like going across the hill with a diagonal. Either way.
Yeah.
Super weird. And, oh shit, I missed 2 kills.
Yeah, we started with a pretty strong hero. And Leaf showed to be the stronger player at the start, and he used that to kill 2 villagers.
I mean, I have to say, if Turfux only loses 2, he's going to be pretty happy compared to the like 8 or 10 that he's lost the past 2 games.
Also getting a villager kill in Revenge now at the front. I don't know what she was doing there.
Sort of out of play. Straight in for the Portuguese, on to getting some gunpowder out there, which I think is probably a decent pick against the Japanese, especially if we try and lock down the mobility. I like what Turfux is doing with putting the castles further forward. I think that's pretty good. And we can definitely see that there isn't a path, and they are not able to go all the way around because the boats are just clumping up at the front of the base. So there is no journey through. Otter hates it. It's a tower spot. Castles back, towers forward. Okay. I'm happy to be wrong.
Yeah, I think you should build your castles as Japanese, like 2 castles in the back, and then just tower for the rest of the game. So you have like the safe trap production in the back.
Yep.
And then
I guess
just
Japanese
spam towers.
Yeah, towers are insane.
And this map seems to be like super straightforward, choke point. Ugh.
Yeah.
I would hate to play it, but I think the key is for both players just to do a lot of siege and a lot of towers.
Yeah.
And right now I don't really see that much siege from Turfux here. Normally you want to go CA as Japanese, but I don't really think that's the best option here. And I guess you can make ships go through, but can they go further?
I think that it puts them in too much of a choke point. It means that they're too vulnerable to onagers. Like look at that. It ain't great. Maybe if it was cannon galleons instead of regular galleons, that extra range would be something.
Yep. Maybe, but only if you have like strong cannon galleons, right? Like Spanish, Turks I would see doing cannon galleons here, but also a lot of Turfux I see doing cannon galleons here. So I guess you're right.
Well, he is going for Navy. Japanese Navy, though.
I mean, Japanese are pretty good on the water, except they don't have heavy demo,
Yeah.
which normally is really bad in the end. But on this map here, I really don't see how you would hit demos. So
Yeah.
I don't think that's a problem.
It's not a. I mean, I could imagine demos for Leaf actually, like with this shallow area right at the front.
Yeah.
Like I would be straight on the demo production right there, especially with the dock that's just come up. And there it is, heavy demo on the way out.
Yeah, but right now we see Turfux pushing here, like not the most amount of army from both guys here, and really not that much siege left. Like I would really like to see like 10, 15 bombard cannons here from the Portuguese, just so you never lose this middle position, because I think this middle position will really decide this game. And like Otter said in chat, like you could cut at the sides and do some weird demo raids or whatever, but you first need to secure the middle to do that.
Yeah. And I think both players, to a certain extent, have secured that. I mean, Leaf throwing that castle down, which would be nice. Turfux gonna try and go for a keep for the more defensive play around there. So both of them are aware of it. But we've sort of lost all of our siege. No, there's no cannons hanging about to stop the Treb play. And we're losing castles at the front of the base. And Turfux looking, I would say, okay right now.
Looking pretty good here. He has still a lot of rest in the banks, especially wood, which will be the problem here for both people. Just wanting to do full siege and not really anything else.
Probably going to lose these Trebs to the cannons.
But gets the castle first, and now like the middle control will be a big problem here for Leaf.
And decides to kill a mining camp. One mining camp for 4 Trebs? Yeah, sure, that's a fair trade, I guess. Oi, oi, no meat shield for the.
Yeah, but Onager is
actually,
do pretty well versus Halberdiers.
So they also do pretty darn good against bunched up organ guns. This is going much better for Turfux than it did in game 1 and game 2. Is like
he held on to the control in the middle. He didn't really get pushed by the strong early game from Leaf. And right now it's looking pretty good for him. Leaf is trying to do some full cavalier play here.
Yeah. And the boat has managed to get all the way through. It did loop all the way through. It's in.
Killing bombard cannons with demos here.
Let's go. However, there is a big mass of Cavalier. Cavalier do deal with everything that is currently on the field, bar demos.
And towers are also a big problem here, I think.
Oh god, demo! Get a demo! Demo! Oh, that demo just killed one. And all of those Cavaliers die. They don't manage to achieve a huge amount. They do whittle down the numbers of the Cav Archers, which I guess is
but we only have one trap and one bombard cannon behind here. Like, he pushed the army back now, and if he would have, like, had 10 traps ready to go, just killing all of the towers, that would have been great. But now he just lost most of his army without really achieving much here.
Hey, these things happen.
There's a pretty big traffic jam on the right side right now. All of Turfux's ships just chilling there.
Yeah! Okay, demo's just demoing. It's fine. I think both players are still relatively even. Military advantage in favour of Turfux, but I mean it's only because most of the military is actually trapped in between all of these villas in the woodline. So it's actually pretty even, all things considered. At the front where the fight is.
Yeah.
This is pretty back and
Actually,
forth.
Leaf trying to get a castle back up here, but instantly under trap fire. I feel like in Leaf's position, I would just I would be so annoyed with all those ships being stuck there that I would just delete all of them. So you have the pop space to do military in the middle. Because right now he has a great chance of just steamrolling Leaf.
Are they like fully trapped in there? I don't know what the hell's going on with all of this, but it's... Yeah, that's actually genuinely having a huge impact on his push. We're probably a little overboomed as well. I mean, we're up at 136 Vils. Probably need to be down at about 120.
Like, yeah. If you don't have that much rest in the bank, it's fine to go up to like 130, 140 Vils, but if you have that many rest, he could be on like 110 Vils right now.
Yeah.
And have 15 more military.
I mean, it would
now
also
some
help if it wasn't
ships
trapped.
are just going through to the back to raid, I guess.
That's good. He's got this. This is not a 3-0 so far.
Nope.
Turfux clapping back. Fantastic. We saw one player take the first 2 games. I'm just saying, we saw that once already. And then got swept in the following 4 games. Are we seeing a repeat? Does history repeat itself? And again, we're going to see a reverse sweep. I don't know. But Turfux looking pretty darn good in game number 3.
Yeah, it feels like he's playing, like he never was in any sort of trouble this game, it felt like. Just playing what he feels comfortable with. And it also kind of feels like Leaf is not really that comfortable with Portuguese, because he wants to have like the mobile fast Civ to just like choose where he fights, like always take like the slightly better engagements for himself. But and right now he can't really, like with Portuguese you need that siege death ball, and he's really trying to force this Civ to be something that it isn't with all of those Cavaliers.
Especially when having to go through the middle.
Yeah.
When there's towers and castles and demos and like, this is such a toxic map to play. This particular map could go into crap map cup and have a good time in one of Paradox's fucking awful tournaments. Like, it could.
That would be a proper Paradox map. I agree.
I'd love it. I think this has some good scope for some bullshit. And there we go. I love this. Immediate docks at the forward area that we've recovered. If we get a few of these docks down
already. Yeah, I feel like there's not much Leaf can do to get this back right now.
So got this. What a fantastic game. I mean, we saw that Japanese would be a good pick for Turfux, and like it was a solid win. But at the same time, is this a match that Leaf cares that he lost too much? I think it's a win getting it out, Japanese out the way, right?
But it's also Portuguese being a super high pick for Leaf. So it's not like he did like Portuguese aren't that valuable in this draft right now just because of the civs that Turfux has left. But in theory they are still a super strong civ. So he can't be too unhappy, but he won't be too happy as well.
Yeah. I mean, bless him, he's still defending. He's got some navy out. He's going for some defense. He still has 116 Vils and 40 military on the field. He still has gold. Like, this isn't over yet. There's definitely the capability of swinging this round.
Yeah, and now as well, Turfux has to push the water. And if Leaf wants to do full heavy demo right now, I think that could be a good choice. Just stop Turfux from ever pushing further than he is right now, and then just drag the game out forever. I really hope they don't do that, because I want to sleep at some point today. But that could be a win condition for Leaf here.
After they're about 4 hours, I'm just letting you all know that after 4.5 hours, I've finally finished my dinner. Oh, it's because I've been so invested in these games. They've been so good. Like, the overall play and the quality has been solid from both of, just from everybody. Every game that we've had, it's been really, really good. Have we got any Fatoria on the field for Leaf?
I don't
think
so. They aren't great in DM, except for like the super late game.
Yeah, like he's still got enough of an eco and a position where he can still do okay with this. Especially now that we're limiting the transition of Navy and like pushing into the 23 boats is so hard for the Japanese to do, especially when there's cannon galleon support, so we can't even get extra towers down. So hard to push in. It almost might be worth genuinely Onager cutting where the cannon galleons and stuff are over on that right hand side or southern side and pushing in that way. Just so we're attacking on more than one front.
Yeah, but it's just super hard for Turfux to do anything right now. Because the water play is just not what his civ is good here right now. And he kind of has to win water now to finish the game.
I'll probably have a few more capped rams filled with halberdiers. 6 capped rams filled with halberdiers, moving nice and fast. They'll tank enough damage that they'll get close. The halbs will pop out and then kill all the galleons.
As long as there are no demos, I agree, but there should be demos right now.
It should be, but there's no demos on the field, really. In fact, there's L3af. And Onkyox, you're so right. My co-caster today, we've heard is actually Camrat. Camrat QP. It's not Keller. It's not Keller at all. It's Camrat.
Who's this Keller guy everyone is talking about?
I hear he's really handsome and charming and friendly.
For sure, yeah.
For sure. But I have to say, Leaf's being pretty charming and not so friendly because he's holding. He's holding when he should be dead. Is he winning? I don't know about winning, but he's holding. He's doing a stubborn job. Cap Ram are doing great. Demos come diving in. All of the Navy gets absolutely shredded. The Halbs come over and mop up the rest. There we go. Now we have a bit of a foothold. Now we have position.
Get, like, buy 50 towers and just tower. Okay.
Yeah, just tower everything.
Leaf just pulls out of here. I think that's the right call.
Yeah.
He could have tried to jack this super long, but probably wouldn't have worked. Maybe like 10% win chance right now.
Yeah.
And it could be a super long series, and you want to really fight the battles that you can win in a series like this.
Don't want to burn all of your energy, like especially when it's a long one. If you play out a really long game and then still lose at the end of it, and it's a slog, I think that can actually end up upsetting you more in your next one. Especially if you go, okay, I managed to hold, I did really good, this is what I did wrong, moving into the next game, I'm going to try this. But if you burn through all of your mental energy by just dragging something out that you're inevitably going to lose because you don't have a win condition, I think that can really end up hurting you in these longer best of sevens. Maybe in a best of 3 or a best of 5, it's one thing to drag, but best of 7 can be painfully long. As we can all see, 5 hours and 18 minutes into the stream. Turfux says this map was so funny to play. It feels funny when you win on it, doesn't it? Everything's giggles when you're getting the wins. And it was a good win. It was a very good win. I think you should be pretty proud of that. Overall score, got military advantage, eco advantage. The technology, shockingly, for deathmatch was even. Yeah, overall, pretty good. I mean, we often have a glance at APM in these tournaments, but when it comes down to the semi-finals, pretty much everybody's APM has been pretty even. In both matchups, like Camrat was a little faster than Otter some of the time. But both Leaf and Turfux, pretty balanced. Like that's neck and neck. Cool. Turfux ain't no scrub.
No, he got on the board now,
He
still has pretty good civs left.
It's fine. What this is this? Is this gonna be a 2 a.m. cast? It's already Saturday. Like it's the weekend now. It's officially the weekend, and we're game 3, going into game 4 of a potential best of 7. So there is still ahead of us potentially, if Turfux can pull this out of the bag, 4 games. We're not even close to the end. Let me give Turfux his well-deserved, well-earned 1 on the board. There we go, 1 on the board.
And with how close the set has been, I would be surprised if we see less than 3 more games.
For sure, like, for sure. Like, it's been so good from both of them. But at the same time, like, Leaf has been so tactical. I think his civ selections are really clever, and I still think he's the favourite going in. But
yeah, he still has Khmer and Persians, as we talked about, that don't really have, like, and Turfux only has Bulgarians right now to stop that. So that's still a long way to go. As for Leaf right now, I probably actually would go for Persians or Khmer now, because Turfux got his win and won't really pick one of his top picks now. He might go Franks, he might go Hindustanis, he might go Lithuanians. All doesn't matter, just go Persians or Khmer and get that 3rd win.
It's like they've tried. Oh, do you wanna see? Sorry, I'll let you all see. Fucking noob caster, whatever. Okay. So Portuguese loss, Japanese win. Japanese continuing their streak of being absolutely fantastic. We have Persians, Mayans, Incas, Khmer, and Burgundians left. Berbers, Bulgarians, Franks, Hindustanis, and Lithuanians for Turfux. And I think I completely agree. After taking a loss, I'd probably go straight in on the Persians. I'd probably leave Khmer. I don't think there's anything on the field that is a huge threat to Persians. I think they can still play fine against the Bulgarians, even with that.
For sure.
Especially because Persians is the only remaining camel civ, right? And there's a good chance with everything that's remaining. Like Lithuanians, camels, fine. Berbers both playing camels, fine. Bulgarians going camels, that's okay. Franks going camels, that's fine. Hindustanis, maybe don't make camels because you'll lose. But like it's still it's still balanced. You'll still do okay. So there's no reason.
Okay, and then you have elephants, and then you just stomp.
This is indeed this is the Otter Tom. It's a bit like the Otter One, but an improvement. Some would say
better in every way.
Others would say Otter was too busy playing today and shouldn't have been casting. And considering he won his semi-final, that means that Otter is through to the finals, and so he can't cast the finals either. So this isn't Otter's channel anymore. This is mine. This is my channel, and I'm having it. What are you gonna do? Kick me off the channel? Oh! Nobody can stop the stream but me. That's better. Tom's channel now. It's a full invasion. But it's
you can lock yourself in, right? You can just rename it to the other Tom. And
That's what I should have done. I should have renamed his channel. If I had that level of control, I would have changed it to the Otter Tom. You're so right. That would have been so funny. I would have loved that. Yeah, Otter only gave me a guest key. Otter still has full control. I am only here. It's why I don't get any of the announcements. But for the finals, I'll spend a little bit more time with Otter before the stream, I think, to get a setup that will have everything that we will. Yeah, Otter's he's just too clever. He's just such a clever fucker. Well, I'm at 5 seconds because I'm not that clever.
I'm at 1 second. You're getting slower. I'm getting sharper
slower.
as the series goes on, and you just.
Hold on. Let me just. Oh, I can't even go all the way back. I can only go back to 3 seconds. Damn. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. I'm at 3 seconds.
Okay. Okay, then I'm also there, and I will count us in.
Oh, please do.
3, 2, 1, go!
Let's go. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Game 4 of Leaf versus Turfux in the Deathmatch Tournament, the Fastest Chaos Silver League. Semifinals.
Sweet short name, yeah?
Yeah, it's super short. We have, in the blue, we have Leaf, playing as the Persians, as predicted, up against Lord Turfux, playing as the Franks. I would say, potentially, a pretty brutal matchup, especially when when we're being denied by a Genitor that's managed to actually get some value. That's quite funny.
He denied that saber for a long time, and Turfux is not finding Leaf. He's looking at the right side for him, but actually Leaf is right next to him.
Oh no!
And Turfux is also not building any barracks right now, so camels will be really hard for him early on. Like camel halb opening from Leaf, and right now only paladins from Turfux.
That's interesting. Would you lean into a paladin opening up against Persians? I kind of feel like that's maybe a little foolhardy.
Yeah, but I kind of feel like you're dead anyway, so just try something. Try paladin all in, and like you're dead anyways.
I think I would have gone barracks castle and gone straight in on like champion or halb, or like obviously make some stables to spam something over to just see if you could get some value. But up against the Persians, I think I'd want some kind of infantry play because swords, as we all know, are OP.
Not if you're fighting against a 2-ton elephant.
They still die to halb.
Barely.
Eventually.
One dies against 10 Helmetiers.
Monks. There we go. Full deathmatch monk play. Yes, please. Who did I do
That's
that
what
against?
you need to do, but it all feels so bad.
I did a monk-only deathmatch game in a tournament. That was so long ago, and I don't even remember who... Like, they were good. They were a better player than me. Was it against Hamza? No, Hamza wouldn't have done that. He wouldn't have been that fun.
Whoa.
It's like, he would have just killed me. Hamza's set up for them to be mean, not to be meme. He's like all in on the bullying. Like, it was... Oh.
But right now we also see the problem with Turfux's setup right here. He doesn't want to produce more paladin because they really don't do anything right now against halb, camel and elephants. But he built so many stables that right now he can't really have any other military than paladins. So...
I have to say, he's done a good job of throwing down more barracks than his stables. But that's it. It's why I think we needed an easier lean into the infantry, into halb. And again, from we're now seeing heavy scorpion.
But right now we have onagers against it, so I'm not sure
And
if they
monks!
will work as well
And
yet.
the monks are getting the conversions
Let's
immediately.
go. 3
Monk
elephants
defense.
for Turfux now. Let's go.
Fucking let's
I would have really liked
go.
to see Turfux's opening if he if he scouted leave space instantly. Like that, sending all of his early units to the right side. I think that then, like,
Yeah,
made him have really
it was
not a
definitely,
big chance here.
And unfortunately, when the elephants come rolling through, this does not make for a long game. Poor Turfux. Like, Persian's gonna Persian.
Yeah.
It's
Persian's gonna Persian.
like, what can you do when the Ellies are rolling in? Ellie Halb. I mean, the monk defense is happening. Like, he's doing it. The RMer is coming out, and we are getting those conversions. But it's just like, it doesn't matter if you convert one if there's another 15. Like, it's so absolutely brutal. It's so fun to see the elephants rolling through. Like, you never get to see this in RM. This is like a DM only strat.
Yeah, and the starting base from Turfux already gone. He did a pretty good job, like setting up, like moving his eco and his buildings to the right. So he still somehow has anything left, but like still elephant just rolling over him.
I mean,
And traps and
yeah. He does still have like 9 barracks, which is plenty to produce help from. But unfortunately, there's 69 units on the field, half of which are elephants. Like,
yep.
the tankiest of elephants. Each one 620 HP on the field right now. In the base, there is 11,000 HP's worth of elephants because some of them have had damage. They have nearly as much HP as 2 castles. There's 2 castles worth of health of elephants moving around the base. Yeah, just good shit right there. Beautiful. I think that's why Turfux stayed in that game as long as he did, because he was just so busy admiring the elephants rolling through like a wave of blue. Just look at them plodding along, having their best life.
I would have loved to see if he could have made anything possible with the 5 stable paladin play. Like, it was so close. If he just rushes over his opponent like super early and he doesn't even get to elephants, maybe he can make something happen.
Getting a partial deny on the castles.
Yeah.
Like stopping all of those castles coming up, especially because it wasn't a super defensive play from Leaf. Like, he played that really open. There was no clumping, really. So, kind of going out from that into a castle denial, and then pretty early on into getting castles up of your own, and I do think that you have to play this.
The castles down.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as they go up, they go down already. That's like your only win choice. Like, your only option to win is, like, he doesn't get 2 elephants. As soon as he has 20 elephants, it's over, basically.
Yeah.
So.
Tough. I mean, it's about as tough of a matchup as you could have had with your civs, though, right? Like, that's so. I don't think you hold yourself feeling too negative about that at all when it's just like, oh, Persians versus Franks. Like, they're the Frank counter, right? like even in RM, Persians Franks is a rough matchup for the Franks, other than the fact that they get a small advantage in timings and then a better build up of like knights in early castle. Like, it's Persians just should have that matchup near enough every day of the week. Which puts Leaf at 3-1.
But I don't think this is too bad for Turfux. Like, losing Franks against the strongest civ from your opponent. That's not bad. Yeah.
I think it's a bit like in the last game, Leaf losing
Yeah.
his Portuguese to Japanese. It's like, well, I've got rid of Japanese. It's like leaving on the field now. We've got Berbers, Bulgarians, Hindustanis, Lithuanians.
Yeah, you still like Berbers win against everything except Khmer.
Yeah.
So you have a pretty good Civ here. Then Bulgarians also are super strong against most Civs. And then the last one will probably be just one like super trash matchup, like I don't know, Hindustanis versus Burgundians or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And you could win that. So it's looking pretty decent for Turfux, right? Like it's not too bad.
It's fine. So this one, if you're Leaf, you just go in on Khmer. You want to end this game now, right? Your biggest threat is Bulgarians, right? Because of the CSO.
Yeah.
So, and even that's not the worst matchup. So,
But you could also wait, like, because
You could-
Turfux needs to
you
have the
could.
3 wins right now. So I wouldn't hate like a Mayan or Inca.
I was about to say, like, Ink and
Mm.
Pick. Ink and Pick would be spicy, and I'd love it. But also,
And Inca and Mayans also don't have like the worst matchup against Berbers. Like Berber shine in Camel and Camel Archer, and like full Eagle isn't like the worst option against that.
Yeah.
Or like Kamayuks are pretty decent, so I
Yeah.
probably would go Maya Inca, and Turfux probably has to go Berbers here.
Well,
Like-
it's his second pick. It's supposed to be something he's pretty comfortable with. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's see. By me loading the game up, because I've not done that yet. I didn't want to spoil myself. I didn't want to see. I didn't want to be doing all of the discussions without knowing. Game number 5. Oh my word.
I'm at 2
Not
seconds.
bad. Not bad in your predictions. Capture age is loading. Ooh. 2 seconds. I stopped it at 1, but you know, I was just, you know. Do it. You've been doing so well. Let's keep a form going.
3, 2, 1, go.
Hello and welcome to game number 5 of a best of 7 between Lord Turfux and Leaf in the Fastest Chaos Silver League semi-finals. And what the hell is this map?
The map is just like rubbing the lost to elephants in Turfux's face. Just like, oh, you got completely destroyed by war elephants. Here is the map with like 100 elephants in the middle.
I love that. What a weird gen. And of course, it's like hybrid, like super weird. Units going forward. Both players investing more APM into typing shit to each other than getting things up. Nobody managing to kill anything just yet. Though the forward does die for Turfux, who's having to go for a bit more of a defensive play. Lots of buildings denied, so it's even though we didn't manage to kill anything, we caused quite a bit of idling there for Leaf on Turfux. So not a bad start for Leaf. Again, 18 military out to 7. However, you were right.
Already seeing the water, getting the docks up, building the demos, while Leaf didn't do anything of that sort yet.
What's he even going for? Oh, he's just going Hufflepuff Needs, right? Oh no, it's not even. He doesn't get that. He's the other one. He's just Bombard. Ugh. Ugh.
Boring. But I mean, the Bombard cans are also stronger for Burgundians. So pretty good unit still.
The Jaguar. The Jaguar's got baited over. They're gonna kill a Vil. Holy moly!
No way! No! This can't be happening. What?
It happened!
What the
Turfux, you
fuck,
got!
man?
DM Wolf! I've never seen a DM Wolf rush! Jaguar rush! Oh my gosh! I bet Turfux didn't even know he did that.
No way he notices in a DM game. Like, there's so much shit going on.
That's
Oh no,
beautiful.
Peter. The elephant just got smashed by a demo.
I have to say, I think this map is really weird. I've got this kind of like Worms World Party vibe from it. Like, you know, like castles on hills, we're shooting bombards across at each other, there's demos, there's an elephant massacre. Like, it's such a weird map. Oh, love it. I mean, there's a vibe going on. Look, those were trained elephants. These are innocent elephants. They're innocent,
elephants.
free-ranging
No,
elephants.
they are stunned elephants. Like, nothing is happening to them. They are
Explosive
trained professionals.
Well, I have to say, gunpowder is out again. Turfux going for the hand cannons. Splitting off some of the halbs forward. I kind of like that. Like, they're trash, so send them. Send them forward to push back. It's meant that we've got a really nice engagement against the Cav. When the elite camel archers have been pushed back, it's allowed the castles to come up relatively safely.
17 bombard cans behind you.
So,
what the fuck?
like, this is about as good pressure as you can get. Killed more of his own units with the bombard shots there, though. But the damage is fantastic. Lattice and bombard cannons
But
doing
now the demo's
work.
coming in. Oh!
Oh, the whole game is freezing.
Oh no.
The demo hits were so big that it froze my game for a second.
And now there are only 7 bombard cans left.
That's insane.
Oh,
and there's going to be even fewer.
Oh no,
Oh,
just
not.
a prank, bro.
Just pathing.
Just a prank.
Just pathing. I wanted to kill another elephant. That's what it was. Got to make sure as many elephants are massacred as possible. Absolutely brutal. Stopping the expansion there for Turfux as the low HP units dive in. They get spotted. Demos clear that up. Doc will go up nice, and I wouldn't say safe, but will go up nicely. And this is a messy expansion. Leaf behind in eco, shock horror. That hasn't necessarily been the case for most of the games this time round. I think his eco building has been different to normal. Maybe in the earlier games he's playing his standard way.
Like this Chinese game was like
he's such a weird and wonderful player.
Oh no. Oh. Okay, the Kusliers get across? Do they get across? Oh no, they're attacking the dog. Please notice, Turfux.
Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god!
Oh no!
Oh god, oh god! Oh!
Everything dead. Oh god.
Yeah. That's... I don't have words. I don't have words for when that happens. Like, maybe don't do that? I don't know. Like,
you shouldn't do that, I think. But I think neither of them noticed, to be honest. Like,
oh, that was a fantastic demo. Like 3 bombards and all of those. Like, this is some of the best demo shots today so far, and there's been some really good demo shots. This map is weird. I've really loved it. Like a huge fight for the middle, super scrappy, then everybody changes focus, we're round the sides, the side push will fail because all of the trebs go down, all of the siege is dying, and Turfux is looking
all the units just
good.
got demoed.
Just demos doing everything. It's so tidy. Demos have just done everything this game. Just absolutely everything. And Turfux looking good. 37 vills.
I don't think like the low eco approach will work this game.
No.
He will just lose everything right now. Every map position that he had before. Lost the water.
Can't speak too soon. Doesn't have the gold though. 100 vils to 38. And cannons should be able to range everything.
Yeah, cannon galleons just massive.
It's gotta be 3-2, right? It has to be.
Top-wise, it really looks brutal. But we have seen Leaf come back from positions where we said, oh, he has 0 eco, what the fuck is he doing? Yeah. And then he just somehow manages to hold on, but I don't see how this would happen this time.
Turfux, seeing if he can find the market of Leaf with the trade cart that is moving around. He's doing it. It's happening.
Is he actively microing that?
It's going round. It's looping round to the back of the base.
Yeah, but I think that it will die in the castle. Sadly.
It will. Oh, I'm so gutted.
The market was on the wrong side of the.
It really was. In fact, if he'd gone where his military is, he could have reached it. It would have been fine. It would have been a safe trip. It's right there. Okay, well, we've got some Navy on the field, but it's 75 military to 18 right now, 122 eco to 61. So the building is fine for Leaf. It's just position-wise, we are like so good right now.
Yep.
For Turfux, who is gone forward to hunt elephants.
I mean, why do farms if you have this many elephants?
I guess. Because maybe Castilier just...
Yeah, maybe it's not the safest eco position. And he loses a villager to the elephant. He loses 2 villagers to elephants.
This is the most, like, animal damage that I've seen in the deathmatch game ever. These animals are brutal. And I think, actually, Turfux has thrown away way too many villagers. Down at 90 now.
Like, oh wow, he threw away like 30 villagers. Like
yeah.
40 villagers.
Leaf has killed 100 eco. That's insane. You don't say that somebody kills 100 eco and then loses a game. Like, that's not normal.
Yeah. That's not,
like,
not really a thing.
We were in such a good position, but I think off the back of this, Leaf might have a window where he's able to maybe solidify. The problem is he doesn't have an answer to the cannons.
Like the cannon galleons seems just too unstoppable right now. If he somehow manages to snipe those 4 cannon galleons, he might be able to hold on a little bit more.
Nice defense. He was going for it. The Castilier were there to mop them up.
And the galleons actually get 2. Maybe get the 3rd one as well.
They get the 3rd one.
Oh, maybe get the 4th one.
Oh, maybe.
Ah. Not happening. Now we have 8
galleon, 2 galleon, 3 3 galleons.
But now we have 3 military, and Leaf has to tap out here.
3 was the magic number after all, and it. Oh my, goody gosh, you were so right. Turfux played this really nicely, and you were right. Berbers did great. Did absolutely wonderful on a really weird map. Almost 3 an advantage, but nice and tidy. Oh, well, it's like not tidy. There's nothing tidy about this game. Nice and messy. Nice and messy, and beautiful and fun and great and entertaining. Thank you. Game number 5. We'll have a quick glance at the statistics, because, you know, I hear people like seeing that. Heavy Demo was the most popular unit for Turfux, and Halb was the most popular.
You saw it, yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. Oh, actually, where's the? I want to see the. There's got to be some big military pop demo little moments that we could have seen in the thing.
I'm not great at analyzing statistics, so I leave that up
Me
to you.
neither. I can just pretend. Either way,
Now you
again,
would need Callan, because I think that's like his job to analyze statistics.
to
So.
analyze things. See,
Yeah, he's an analyst, right? Yeah.
I'm bad with numbers. I've got like dyscalculus or whatever. So like
I'm a
all
history
numbers
major,
just.
so.
Oh well, Otter wanted to see me in his logo. Well, I'm above your logo, mate. This right here, right below. This is the Otter One. He's great. If you're not subscribed, you should probably subscribe to the Otter One. I think he's worth every penny of that. All of those euros, a few dollars. Like, subscribe to the Otter One. He's good. He makes some deathmatch tournaments. If you enjoy deathmatch, you should probably support Otter One so he makes more deathmatch tournaments so you can play in those deathmatch tournaments and watch those deathmatch tournaments, and then I can cast the deathmatch tournaments normally as a co-caster with Otter, so I don't have to do any hard work, because co-casting is way easier and way more fun than casting, because then you have to like do things like press buttons like this, so transitions happen, and so you can get put yourself in a circle and see all of the things. I'm just saying, maybe y'all should be supporting the Otter One and seeing the draft that I seem to.
And you will you will at least see Tom one more time for the final
at least one more time
as the main caster.
Yeah,
I
how weird
mean,
is that?
you don't know how long this takeover is gonna last.
Forever.
I'm ready for
forever
Tom Monday.
Oh, I couldn't do a Tom Monday. See, the thing is I love Keller. Oh my gosh, this person
You made really good points here.
Yeah. As much as I love casting, and I do, I really do. I actually love tournaments. That's my addiction. I don't really care about just casting generic games. I just like casting it when it matters and when somebody can lose and they can feel bad about the loss. Like that. That's when it's oof. Oh, that's when the chef's kiss is there. Speaking of chef's kiss, Burgundian last pick loss and Berber's first pick win. I think when you put it in that perspective, I don't think you feel too awful if you're Leaf.
No, but now it's like all mind games, right?
He's got to.
Does Turfux pick Bulgarians now? Does he wait for the last game to throw them out? Does Leaf pick Khmer now?
I mean, you've got it right. Like, you want. Oh God, no! But if you use Khmer and he goes Bulgarians, and you lose your advantage. Whoa, it's so tough. It is full mind games.
And maybe if you go like Mayans or something, and then he still hasn't picked Bulgarians, you can still go Incas and try something there, and not even go Khmer. If you know the last thing is Bulgarians.
Actually, Bulgarians, Hindustanis, Lithuanians, I go Incas. I go Incas now. Every day of the week.
Feels like a really solid choice here, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
especially because if you end up against Bulgarians, you just make sure that you have a mix in with like slingers and eagles or something like that, right?
Yeah,
like
the military really is not the best. Like, it's not the best matchup for Incas, but it's also like you can make something happen. But the siege onager, like, it really depends on the siege onager micro of the Bulgarian player. So,
or if it's
I see Inca as a pretty solid option here for Leaf. Because if Turfux goes Hindus or Lithuanians, you pretty much win. Like, you have a really good matchup. So, let's go.
And they're okay on water, right? Like, fine. They get demo.
I don't think they have heavy demo, right?
Yeah, and I don't think they get galley, and one of them.
Oh yeah. Maybe you don't want the water map.
Load the thing. Load the thing. Loading the thing. And
Inca
that
don't have
was
heavy demo.
game
I just looked it up because I want to be a procaster. So.
Game 6? Oh god. We're so
What
fucking
map?
We're so fucking good at this though. Ah. How can we be so good at this? I'm at 5 seconds because I didn't pause.
What second are you at? I'm at 2 seconds. Okay, I'm going to 5.
Oh. Yeah.
I'm at 5 now. Okay.
Let's
3,
let's
2,
do it.
1, go!
Oh my word. Game number 6. Who thought we would get here today? Maybe somebody. But here we are. Game number 6 in the Fastest Chaos Silver League Semifinals in a matchup between Lord Turfux here in the yellow playing as predicted. The Bulgarians up against Leaf in the blue playing again as predicted as the Incas in what is a weird map which we have seen with these super low 1 HP wall fences.
Yeah, but you need to click them once, right? To notice it. And I had a training match against Otter, I remember, still for the main event, where he broke the walls and went in, and I paused and asked him why my wall, like if I had a hole, and he just went through it, and he didn't have a hole because I just didn't notice. So.
Well, Emperor Sigismund dives straight in.
Oh, he gets 3 villagers, right? Yeah.
It's absolutely brutal. Will Sigismund manage to do the same? No, he gets distracted by a llama. The Vil manages to hop away, and Emperor Sigismund dies. Dies for Turfux without achieving anything.
So important for Leaf here, because like the biggest issue for Incas is like an early game super death ball from Bulgarians. Like SO, Conic, stuff like that. Maybe a few champions or something like that. Like the Turfux is going Halberdiers right now. I feel like that's an odd choice against Incas. But I mean, if in case Leaf converts to stable, and then I guess, yeah. I don't know.
I mean, I wonder how well the Inca two-handed swordsmen do against Kamayuk.
You mean the Bulgarian two-handed?
Yeah. Like this.
I mean, it's the last patch with pathing, right? So I think Kamayuk should be fine.
Like 1 plus like 9 pierce armor. So they not pierce armor, melee armor. So they shred. They absolutely shred. But they don't shred if they're fully surrounded.
If you make Halberdiers. But
yeah.
now I think Turfux notices, and there are only two-handed in the queue right now. But like the early 3 villager kills, 4 now, maybe a 5th is also following. Like Turfux can't get this position here directly in front of his base because just his start was too slow because he lost those villagers. So this will be such a hard game here for Turfux.
For Turfux. But it's something that he could level out with Onager, right? Like this is his best play. It's his best remaining civ for getting these big game-winning shots.
But this will also get Leaf in the position he wants to be in. He wants to control the game. He wants to have all the map, like let Turfux come at him, and he is getting that right now. He's getting all of the map control, gets docks up forward in the middle. Like, he has the military lead by far. So I think Leaf should feel really good right now. To at least not get destroyed by early siege onagers.
I wonder if you can actually get anything out across these ice pockets. I think some of them might be impassable.
I have no clue.
It's so hard. Like ice is so tricksy.
Yeah, there's passable ice, there's non-passable ice. Like
this is
we'll have to wait and see. But I think Leaf just deleted all of his the ships he built because he noticed he can't go through the middle, like through the water. So
well, at
I don't
the very
think
least, there's stuff there. Yeah, it's not. I think that the ice around the edge is impassable ice.
Yeah, it could be.
Slightly
Yeah.
different color. Great siege onager shots. Like they've actually killed a fair amount. This kept the military numbers a little bit humble for Leaf.
But also, like, Turfux not the biggest amount of military right now. I would
No.
love to see more barracks and more two-handed, because I think two-handed siege onager is the play he needs to do here. I don't really like the Conic, because I think Conic just get destroyed by Kamayuk.
They do, because they die when they're in horse mode, and then they land on the floor, and then they die on the floor as well, because Kamiyuk is sick.
Yeah.
So, not ideal. Siege coming forward, mostly unsupported, getting some good shots off. I love the way that the targeted fire landed, but then it killed an awful lot of his own units in the second chunk.
But you can kill the Kamayuks once and then still have a unit there, so... And then you can kill it again, like you just...
God. It's brutal, but he did good damage. Again, probably not too bad of an even trade. Just keeping those military numbers humble. It's even.
Yeah, like, Turfux will not die fast here. I think he's just doing way too good trades for that. But this game, like, the longer it goes, the harder it is for Bulgarians to just hold on. Because you have the super slow siege onager you need everywhere. You need, like, the two-handed as well. Like, everything you make here is super slow. And he doesn't have the map, he can't really push directly into Leaf space. This will be a long, hard grind for Turfux to win this game.
Everybody put your feet up. Put your feet up, lads. How much gold are in the gold piles?
Oh, so much, I think. Oh yeah. This is a lot of gold on this map. Oh yeah.
935 per pile. We're looking at total gold on the map. We've got over 60,000.
Yes.
So,
I feel like we could be here for a while.
It's, yeah, great for Incas. I don't think Leaf is feeling too bad. But also, I think this should be pretty good for the Bulgarians getting up to siege mass.
Oh, and Turfux again gets trolled by the walls on the left side. Like, he thought he could just build a crab boss against the incoming Kamayuks, but no, they just eat the walls and deny the crab boss.
Honestly, it's probably worth it to just delete them all, really, because...
Yeah, I see what you mean, because you just, like, if you shortly look at your eco, you think, oh, I'm so safe in my eco, there are walls everywhere. And no, you really are not.
It's interesting. I still just don't know. 1v1, does a Kamayuk kill a Bulgarian two-handed sword? But it must do, right?
No
it's
way,
the
right?
HP. 8+4, I mean, they have the range. I
think
I've not been able to
if you
find
have,
a
like,
fair fight.
If you have 30 against 30 and like the Kamayuks are like on 2 tiles bunched together and just all dishing out damage, I think they win. But if it's one-on-one, the two-handed should win.
Kamayuks
Because
have more HP,
but not
less damage,
way less armor.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, Bulgarian two-handed swordsman should win, but we should get 2 pokes off before the two-handed swordsman get 1 hit, right? They're pretty fast attacking.
Yeah. And I really like the CA edition here from Turfux. That's not something that's a super situational unit for Bulgarians, because you normally want the wood and gold for the onagers. But against like Kamayuks, they're actually pretty good. Just like 6 pierce armor, that's not too bad, but also not too great, but you have way faster and you can just out-micro them forever.
Bulgarian Cav Archer is definitely something that you see a lot in Bulgarian mirrors, though. Like, I've seen plenty of Bulgarian Cav Archers.
If your opponent is going infantry, basically you want Cav Archers.
Yeah. Cav Archer's very rarely a bad choice, though. With Turfux's Cav Archer micro, though, valid point.
Yeah, that didn't look great, but he's taking back the middle completely right now.
Yeah, he's actually doing pretty good, but at the same time, all of the time that we're losing the middle, Leaf's like, okay, well, you know,
Yeah, Leaf just controls all of the outside.
like this is fine. Getting res, has 100 military, not military, yeah, eco. Like
Eco, yeah.
we're fine. At the same time, we're pop capped. Like,
But that
I don't
siege
know.
death ball in the middle,
It's
like
scary.
8 siege onagers, siege rams, traps. But right now he kind of left it on their own, right? Where are the two-handed in the middle? If Leaf notices and just sends in some eagles or some kamayuks, that army is dead. Because where like the two-handed got distracted at the bottom and are dying to slingers right now. So
Okay, well, a bit of pressure coming into the main base now. Don't think Turfux has actually received a huge amount of damage in a while, other than the single Kamiyuk raid, as the Vils decide, oh shit, yeah, maybe we'll just finish this Krepos that has been just here. Okay, cool. Turfux, I think, has played this really well so far.
yeah, but now his siege just gets cleared up at the front because there's no army supporting it, and that's like, if he managed to keep it completely alive, like just with like I don't know, 20 two-handed, that would have been such a scary push for Leaf.
Imagine
And
if
now
he had,
like the game is 100% even.
It's just, yeah.
50-50 map
50-50.
control, both popped, both good eco.
But Leaf has plenty of space that he can fall back to and res that he can take. While the further along this goes, I think this actually gets a little bit more awkward for Turfux, who...
Yeah, but
like,
he still has so much gold and wood left in his base that like it will take a long time until he really has problems with resources.
If I really want to see somebody secure this sort of bottom side area, which Turfux can't get to because Leaf has secured like a line across the whole map. I think his positional play is really, really good.
Yeah, I like it a lot. Like constantly harassing on the bottom, like doing like one trap push here, forcing everything that forces Turfux to not do one scary death ball is what Leaf has to do. So like harassing at the top a bit with a few Kamayuks, harassing at the bottom with Kamayuks and siege. Like that's perfect for Leaf here.
Otter has to actually Otter has to go. Otter has to go to bed now. He can't even watch his own stream. It's too late for Otter. I guess it is like 2 AM.
Yeah.
It was so true. He started this at 7 o'clock my time. I was like, this will be fine. Like, I'll finish this by like midnight. It's okay.
I was told my game started 21 GMT and they started at I think 23 GMT around, like something like that.
Yeah, I thought about 2 hours would have been enough for the first set. Every time
we're
I've done
wrong.
Genuinely, every cast that I've done so far, when I've streamed them on my own channel for this, has been, they're about 2 hour streams, hour and a half to 2 hours, for a best of 3. And I thought, well, best of 5, we'll tack on an extra little bit for that. That's fine. No, this is what happens with Age of Empires. It is definitely something that I'm a little worried about for Hidden Cup 5 because we've got a curfew for our watch party. Oh, they got flattened.
Rip skirmishers.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's doing skirmishes, but I guess like I think it would have been better for Leaf to keep the skirmishes alive because it's just wasting pop space. But
Yeah. But it was just fun, right? He just wanted to get.
It was fun, yeah.
I think that's the whole point right now. Is was it fun? Did I enjoy myself? Yes, I flattened those skirmishes. I still don't know. I kind of feel like Leaf has managed to put himself in a position now where it's not all doom and gloom. He's lost the position on the left, but I feel like he's
putting
got
up
to
a position on the right now as well.
Yeah.
And he's still like, he has a really good army in the middle now, but that army... what army, he said? Okay, yeah, no army in the middle, I guess.
Onagers did good job of getting rid of the SO though. Like that was good.
But Leaf's pop right now is a bit low, but okay, I just looked at his res and yeah, okay, he doesn't care.
He's just doing Leaf things. He's just dragging this out. Like if we're looking at the res between the two players, it is like actually criminal. What Leaf has managed to get away with and still be even. KD in favour of Turfux by a bit, but it's.
But also he killed 50 of his own units.
This is just a running theme at the moment. Who needs their own units? We have nearly double the gold value on the field for Turfux right now.
Yeah, but he's also doing like full gold army, right?
He's doing full
And
gold army.
Conic, few two-handed, a lot of traps right now.
There's because we've invested in Krepos forward, it's taking about 10 million years for the Trebs to reach the front. So he wanted to push.
Round about 10 million years.
Yeah.
Give or take one.
Thereabout. Just like, give or take a couple of million years. But by the time the Trebs have reached the front, the entire army's died. And
yeah,
so
and then the Trebs die, and then the army gets back forward.
And then we
I
have
would
to wait
really like to
10
see
million
some
years.
more forward barracks here. And I really don't like the Conics here. I don't think the Conics are really effective in this matchup.
No,
I just think you need like 60 two-handed, 10 SO, 5 traps. And then just try to focus on that one push.
What about Bulgarian hand cannons?
Did they get hand cannons? No.
They've got to, right? Bulgs have to get hand. I've got to know. I've got to know.
No way they get hand cannons. Yeah, I just looked it up. They don't get it.
Tragic.
I mean, Bulgarians are like a stiff that's based on like the 5th or 6th century, right? So
yeah, well, Chinese don't get cannons, so they didn't get cannons for the longest time, and they invented them. So I don't that doesn't.
Yeah,
that doesn't
okay,
mean
that's
anything.
true.
Oh. Okay, champion now out for the Incas.
I feel like the CA now out again and against champion, but Turfux is but both are over booming right now.
Yeah.
What am I saying? Not only Turfuxes. Both 150 wills and Leaf still has some more in queue, but the army from Turfux is gone again.
And the Trebs die.
And now the army gets back forward again, and then the traps come forward again, and then the army dies, and then the traps die, and we go again.
It's the definition of insanity.
And while all that shit in the middle was going on, Leaf actually managed to get the left side completely back under his control, and also still completely harasses the right side from Turfux.
Like he plays like, so well.
Leaf for sure knows that he can't let Turfux focus on that one big siege push.
Yeah.
Like he is so annoying at the sides. He keeps doing some shit just to annoy Turfux, just so he can't get that one game-ending push out, and it's working so well so far.
The huge part of that is the amount of like gold that this is taking from it. It's like, yes, he's still got access to some gold in his base, right? But this is gold that...
not a lot, right? There was so much gold on this map. And Turfux is actually running out now.
So fast. And a huge amount of that gold access is this gold to the southern section, which I think Leaf has really noticed, because he's deliberately sent Vils over to take it. Like, because even if he loses this position, he's like, that's fine, because I've taken gold. So, like, this is just damaging Turfux for later, right? This is all late game play. This is, like, actual strategic shit coming out of Leaf here. Which I love. Like, he's not playing for the now. He's playing
Leaf
for
still
the
has
in
like
20
two
minutes.
pretty much safe, like one really big safe gold pile he's taking with 3 villages, and then he is on with a lot more villages on the forward gold piles. I really like that.
He's so prepped for playing for further on. It's really clever. It's really, really clever. I wish I could, like, in the heat of the moment, when all of this chaos, all of this pressure, siege going all over the shop, attacking on the left and right, to also be thinking about making sure that you're taking the advanced golds so you can have space to fall back is just... Eesh. I mean, maybe?
And Turfux is wasting so much siege right now on the left side. Just
Without
probably
the support,
a wrong waypoint or something like that, because there's just so much annoying shit going on the top side again. Just harassing everything, just killing the siege again, killing vills again, and then he's back on the left side, killed all of the gold villages there. Like, Leaf is playing this so perfectly right now.
Just super spread out. It means that the 60 military of Turfux does not feel like 60 military, because it's always having to take small engagements where they have a small advantage, but then it kills everything with its own siege onager. Like, we're never able to get a decent position because we're always taking engagements against lower numbers, and like, this is still fine. This is still salvageable. But Leaf
just feels so in control of this game. All the, like, on paper, like, Turfux has more military most of the game. Has the better military most of the game. But it just feels like he doesn't, like, Leaf does so much more with the little military that he has.
I think it's really, really tough, because, again, how would I recommend that somebody would play this out in a standard game? I'd be like, well, make sure that you wall up one half of your map so you don't get raided, and then focus your attention on the mid or the side. Make sure you've got several castles up on your walled side, and just, like, push it. Know that you're going to die slower than you can kill your opponent. Fine. You can't do that in this deathmatch setup because walls are banned. So raiding is good. Nobody can have that kind of play, and all things bright and beautiful for Leaf. Also, Snibble, thank you very much for the raid. You are currently watching game number 6? Game number 6 of the Fastest Chaos Deathmatch Tournament Silver League semi-finals between Lord Turfux and Leaf. Currently, Leaf has a bit of an advantage with some great positional play, which has allowed him to control the sides of the map, stopping a huge amount of expansion for Turfux, but this has been so back and forth that it's way too early to call it.
Yep. Now, Turfux manages to crawl back, like, to get the bottom side back, but at the same time, Leaf again just takes out the castle in the middle. Like, he knows that he can't fight the main army, so he just forces Turfux to just run after his little small armies with his big army, and now the Conics left the bottom side, and Leaf will just go back there again, like, deny the gold, annoy Turfux.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Because Leaf has the less mobile army, and yet he always seems to be the person in the right place, right? Like, you're seeing somebody who doesn't have the army that should be able to force the responses, constantly forcing the responses, though I love how well the Conics did at diving around, sniping the trebs, and actually getting a bit of maneuverability. And again, it looks like Turfux has managed to sort of stabilize a bit. Great little push through the center, though.
Yeah, but, like, Leaf actually takes out the mining camps at the left side now. and like, manages to raid the only real gold spot for Turfux here. It's just it's so hard
So
to play
annoying.
here for Turfux all game. Like he can't get his eco up, he can't get anything up. And that's just because Leaf plays it so perfectly.
He's put his foot on the gas slowly.
Yeah.
Like, this is not foot to the floor. Leaf does not put his foot to the floor.
And now you can really see what he's doing, because he right now his army is at the left side. All of Turfux's army is going there, and at the right side, he's massing up his next army. Just going in again as soon as he sees, oh, all of the army from Turfux is actually at the bottom.
Yeah.
And now he goes in at the top again, and like, how can you defend this?
The Incas are a really great civ because they have so many different counter options. They're not normally this mobile, but it's like you can't
Like
go
they
for
should be the
cav.
slower civ, right? They only
Yeah,
have
absolutely.
infantry. How is Leaf doing all of this?
It's like the tiny raids that are meaning that we're
Yeah.
having to send multiple units to deal with it, and then at the same time pushing in with a large number of units that is so hard to counter because you can't just send over a mass of cav archers, because the Kameyuks, if you look away from it, the Kameyuks will kill the cav archers in low numbers. Then there's siege rams. Like, the unit selection is really targeted, and he's maximizing the best out of everything. This is really showing the strength of the Incas when they have some gold. And do you know who doesn't have gold right now? Turfux, 0 on gold.
Yeah, and as they were fighting at the top, and again, Leaf loses the fight. Leaf almost loses every major engagement, it seems like, in this game. But he never stopped producing at the bottom side and harasses the eco again.
Taking the berries. Taking the berries.
Taking the berries, yeah.
Deathmatch. Okay.
But the eco, like, Turfux can't focus on, like, this just shows how little Turfux can focus on his eco because so much is going on. Like, he just sees idle villagers, sees barracks, okay, berries, and just sends them there. So he doesn't have to worry about idle villagers again for the next few minutes.
And yet, I don't think you can even kill him by just rushing a big push through the center into his base either. Like, because he's fine. He's got 10,000 food in the bank.
Yeah.
This is deathmatch. We're at minute 53, and somebody has 10,000 food. What the fuck? This guy's going to end up with more food at the end of the game than he had at the start. Like, it's insane. He's
and right now I think Turfux fought hard, Turfux fought well, but now his eco finally succumbed to the constant raids, to the constant fighting. And
there it is.
Wow.
GG.
I just, the only thing I can really say is wow, Leaf. That was so high level.
It was a really special final game from Leaf. Like,
yeah.
Like actually clinical. He played that. It's super cautious. Like, it was a kind of, because he's, again, like we've said it before in some of the early ones, he doesn't throw army away for nothing. It's always to achieve something. It's always, he's not trying to end the game in a single push. He's constantly trying to, like, whittle down the opponent's either ability to produce eco in one area or trying to distract from one bit so he can expand his economy when he's going later. Like, there is so much to Leaf's play in this. Really to be lauded. I very much enjoy it. Just fantastic. And Turfux he took 2 games off Leaf.
Yeah, and even this game, like, it's like every big fight we saw, like 60 against 60 army or something, like Turfux won. Turfux won the big fights, but just never could stop Leaf from harassing his sides, his eco, and then just like annoying him until he can just whittle down those bigger armies from Turfux. And like,
what a brilliant set. We've had some great games today, both of them going 4-2, both of them going long, which sets us up for what an amazing final. Like, with how Otter played today with his kind of comeback win, and how comfy Leaf has felt. I've never been worried that Leaf was going to lose just because of just... But, Turfux gave him a run for his money. So,
Yeah.
just super charming.
Like I have been pretty much in awe of how Leaf plays this all game, and it still went an hour. Like Turfux played super good, but Leaf just was on a different level here. Like,
it's been a while since we've been able to see. Bear in mind that this isn't like seeing Frost or True, like this is the upper. Well, it's the definitely upper mids of DM.
yeah, like
right
outside of the top 20, like top 30, something like this.
But if this is the level that you can expect from that, it speaks volumes for how well, especially for people like Turfux who are learning with every single DM game that they're playing, just how much scope that this area of the game has for development with players like Leaf who play in a completely different style, and Turfux who are coming in and playing so well. I think it has a really positive things for the future. As much as I like seeing high-level tournaments with the best players every time, I also think it's really important that there are tournaments for people who are not that to play and get experience, and that I can understand when the game, like, what am I going to say when Frost wins the finals of the major tournament? Like, what the hell can I comment on? I don't know. He just won. How did he win? He played better. I don't know. Like, let me understand, damn it. And we did today. The games have been fantastic, and the co-casters have been good. Thank you very much, Camrat, for casting with me the whole time.
Yeah, double Swedish cast for sure.
Double Swedish. Hold on, let's get out of this. I'll show my face for the very end, and I will also give Leaf his well-deserved number 4. Otter, you should pick someone to raid. Camera, thank you for casting with me today. You've been so good all the way through. You've just been stellar. Sorry, I'm Keller. For those of you who are just here, Keller is my
It must be so
co-caster.
confusing for all the guys coming with the raids.
You weren't here for the earlier bad humor, but. No, Keller is the co-caster. I've been TomSnuffles, and this has been a fantastic day of casting some deathmatch. Otter, pick us somewhere to go. It's your channel. Send the raid on, and just don't send it over to me because I'm not streaming. I am going to bed. I'm gonna take this wine. I'm gonna go and lie on my bed. I'm gonna drink this wine. And we'll of course it's Frost Saturdays.